Hey, it's Howie Mandel, and I am inviting you to witness history as me and my Howie Do It gaming team take on Gilly the King and Wallow 267's $1 million gaming in an epic global gaming league video game showdown. 4 rounds, multiple games, 1 winner, plus a halftime performance by multi-platinum artist Travie McCoy. Watch all the action and see who wins and advances to the championship match against Neo right now at globalgamingleague.com. That's globalgamingleague.com. Everybody games.
What does it mean to live a rich life? It means brave first leaps, tearful goodbyes, and everything in between. With over 100 years' experience navigating the ups and downs of the market and of life, your Edward Jones financial advisor will be there to help you move ahead with confidence. Because with all you've done to find your rich, we'll do all we can to help you keep enjoying it. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo-Wop, a podcast where we talk about pop music, specifically by deep diving a randomly chosen UK top 10 singles chart from the past. Last night I said these words to my girl. I've tried in vain to wash the memory from my brain. Everybody's having a great time. We've seen it in the movies. Now let's see if it's true. I'm James Cook.
I'm Andy Robinson. And which randomly chosen UK top 10 chart from the past are we looking at this week, James?
Well, hopefully some of the clues in my introduction there have let people in on where we're going, because it's...
Oh, really good.
Thanks, man. We're going to the 10th of March, 1963.
The 10th of March, 1963. I'd just say to pop it in your mind once again. There were other records in the top 40, of course. That's how it works, such as Hey Paula by Paul and Paula, Little Town Flirt by Del Shannon, Tellin' Billy Davis, Bachelor Boy by Cliff Richard, Foot Tapper by The Shadows, and In Dreams by Roy Orbison. So a classic time for pop music, some might say.
But in sad pop news, we had just lost Patsy Cline, who died in a plane crash in Tennessee the week before.
I also saw Frank Zappa, who just appeared on American TV as a child playing a bicycle. And
At what?
Just at tennis, I think it was. He was playing a bicycle as a musical instrument, so even in 1963, Frank Zappa was revealing himself to be a madman. And the first pop art exhibition was opened in New York. That's all pop cultural nonsense, isn't it?
It feels like the 60s are just beginning in 1963.
All right, I've got also some real-life news. We've just done the pop news. We usually do it the other way around, but this was going on in the world. John Profumo had just denied having sex with Christine Keeler. The French had done an underground nuclear test in Algeria. Alcatraz was just about to get closed. And Lee Harvey Oswald had just purchased a rifle.
Look out with that. You'll have someone's eye out.
I bought 40%, I'm going to say, of these. Not at the time as a single, James, because neither of us were alive. But I bought them on the subsequent best of compilations and that.
I may not have been around, but I do have some stats about this top 10.
I love your early 60s stats.
This top 10 contains 3 UK number 1 singles, 4 songs going up, 4 going down, 2 non-movers for a total net movement of +7. There are 7 British artists, 2 Americans and an Australian, with 6 soloists, 3 groups and a duo, 4 cover versions, and an average age, get this Andy, the average age is 23.1. That's very young.
Yeah.
In fact, there are only 3 people named in this chart who are over 25. This is young person's music from the past.
Great stats by my reckoning. There are 5 songs about the complexities of love, all dealing with a dissatisfaction. There are 2 songs about travelling. There are 2 songs about methods of motion. And 1 song's an instrumental, so who knows?
I think it's interesting that you differentiate between travel and methods of motion.
Yeah, well, I'm an interesting man, James. There are no examples of self-reference, but there are 4 key changes and a drum solo this week, so that's all good.
You can listen to all the songs this week, and literally takes about 25 minutes because they're all quite short.
Quite short by quite young people.
You go to the links that are in the description. We have a YouTube playlist, we have a Spotify playlist, so you can get an idea of what it is we're talking about.
Please go to our Spotify and YouTube playlists either before, during or after this podcast, because not only does it make what me and James are banging on about, you've also got some great early 60s songs in your life. Can't be bad.
There are also another half a dozen songs on the playlist that aren't going to feature in our main episodes, but that are knocking around the rest of the top 50 on the 10th of March 1963, and we're going to get into them in our bonus tracks podcast, available to our very special Patreon backers who help keep this podcast going, including Elvis Presley, a song about how often big girls may or may not cry, and an instrumental that was banned by the BBC. You can join
BBC.
You can join our Patreon community for free. The bonus tracks podcast costs less than £1 a week.
Well, is there no other thing, James, for us to get started?
All right then, here we go. Loop de loop.
Number 10.
Up one place to a peak of number 10. It's Walk Right In by the Rooftop Singers. How do you walk right into a rooftop?
Walk right off.
Yeah, or walk right up.
All right.
So already they're on the back foot.
Let's put it into some sort of context. The Rooftop Singers with Walking Right In, it's an old song, isn't it?
Yeah, originally written by Gus Cannon and Hosea Woods. First recorded in 1929 by Cannon's Jug Stompers. So the Rooftop Singers are kind of part of the sort of... Was it referred to like as the New Folk movement or something like that?
I don't know. I wasn't there at the time.
Well, this is going to be a very short podcast, if that's your attitude.
It was referred to as a New Folk movement.
So there's Eric Darling, who'd been in a band called The Tarriers with Alan Arkin, the actor, and who would go on to replace Pete Seeger in a band called The Weavers. He wanted to record a version of this song specifically, so he put together the Rooftop Singers for that. So this song is why that group exists. So he gets in Bill Svenu.
Bless you.
It's spelt like canoe, but with an SV instead of a C. It's like a Swedish canoe.
Okay.
And Lynn Taylor. Know how to say that. And he wanted two 12-string guitars for the recording. But why was that a sticking point?
Mike Blitzmag on YouTube says magnificent cover of the Cannon's Jug Stompers original version and some of the best 12-string guitar work ever committed to record. So I don't know, why was it an issue?
Because they had
union rules. You can only have 6 strings. Americans being unionised.
No, they just didn't have two 12-string guitars. They had to wait for the Gibson Guitar Company to build the guitars for them. So the band exists purely for the song, and the guitars they use exist purely for this song.
That's amazing. Jim Cavalier on YouTube. First of all, James, before I bang on about Jim Cavalier, did you like this song? Let's do a bit of that.
I did. It's quite sort of jaunty and upbeat, isn't it? And do you know what? I know you're going to roll your eyes at it. Do you know what it reminded me of? Yeah. It reminded me of the kind of song they do on The Muppet Show.
There they are.
You could imagine...
I was wondering how you're going to get them in so early.
They, I mean, it wasn't on The Muppet Show, but it reminded me in a mad way. There's a song called Moving Right Along on the Muppet movie soundtrack. In that kind of jaunty, hey, come on, guys, folky type way.
Yeah, there's some great stuff, isn't it? I like it. It's so hokey because it's so old. There's no minor chords in it, James. It's all major and happy. So it's going, walk right in, step right out, baby, dibby, dibby, man. Yeah, that kind of circular. I like some of the words. I like the fact they're always saying daddy, walk right in. Gives it a weird sexual energy, I'm going to say.
Does it?
Everybody talking about a new way of walking. That's a nice bit, isn't it?
In the early 60s, wasn't everyone calling everyone daddy-o?
Also,
that's not a sex thing, is it?
Saying, let your hair hang down. What are they saying to walk right into to daddy and telling him to let his hair down? I'm saying everybody's got a new way of walking.
There is a difference between daddy and daddy-o. I know what you mean. You know.
Interesting.
In an intimate setting, calling someone daddy, I can see how that's a thing. But calling someone daddy-o in an intimate setting...
I get you, daddy-o.
I think that's going to be a different vibe, isn't it? I think that might put people off.
Jake Fessler on YouTube.
Who's your daddy-o? Sorry.
Jake Fessler on YouTube says, I was today years old when I realised this song was about rolling and smoking a joint.
I mean, they all were back then.
I didn't get any of that from the lyrics. Walk right in, step right. I like this bit. Walk right in. This chord.
That's a lot of fun, that bit, isn't it?
Baby, let your hair down low. Walk right in. What are you researching? What are you researching, James?
I'm researching how wrong you're getting the lyrics. That's what I'm researching.
I can't do them properly because of copyright. Go on, tell me.
Walk right in, sit right down.
Sit right down.
Daddy, let your mind roll on. But is it sit right down? Because if you listen to it, it sounds like they're singing set right down.
Yeah.
Is it sit or is it set?
I don't know. Get your pronunciations right, rooftop songers.
The debate will rage and rage.
This is another debate. All right then, since it's not about rolling a joint, Jake Fessler, you big nana. Jim Cavalier says, this was a turn-of-the-century folk song about riding in cars. The myth was if you went over 30 miles per hour in a car, you would lose your mind. It's about, James, maybe the reason for I said all that motion at the beginning in my intro. That's what Jim Cavalier reckons. I didn't get that either.
It depends what they mean by a new way of walking. Because is riding in a car? Have you tried this new kind of walking? It's being in a car. What new ways of walking are there, really? I mean, when was the last big innovation in walking?
The Heeley?
Yes, probably. Heelys.
I wish I had a pair of Heelys.
I wish you had a pair of Heelys as well.
We're all right in.
I'd pay good money to see you on Heelys.
Now, what I liked about this song, James, in the 60s, a lot of joy, a lot of death. People, of course, say, I remember this, I remember that. Reminds me of my nan, reminds me of my mother, this kind of stuff, yeah?
Yep.
However, people also in YouTube comments talk about where they heard these records, physical setting they associate them with. And for this one, there's a lot of barbecues, there's a lot of beaches, there's a lot of bowling alleys, and a lot of barber shops.
Do you have to be somewhere beginning with B
Apparently.
to listen to this song? So
We're in Birmingham.
We are, yes, so that's fine. But anyone listening to our playlist this week, get yourself to somewhere beginning with B. Maybe a boulangerie.
All right.
Or a butcher's.
Paul Bennett, while we're talking about a new way of walking.
Bridlington. These are all places you can listen to this song.
Belgium. Paul Bennett on YouTube.
Burundi.
Says, while we're talking about a new way of walking, he says, I've just had my right knee replaced. I should play this in the recovery room. However, no bees in that, so...
The recovery room. In fact, in the original version, they don't talk about a new way of walking at all.
Go on.
In the original lyric, it goes, everybody's talking about a two-way woman.
Very different.
Yes.
Two-way woman would suggest a woman of ill repute.
Or maybe a woman who you can see through one way, but not the other way. Like a two-way mirror that they use in police interrogation rooms.
No, I learned... I learned a lot of things about the Rooftop Singers. You've mentioned them, haven't you?
Yeah.
Of course. Bill, who'd you say? Bill...
Svanu?
That's right. Apparently, he went to work a lot in civil rights and had a career in Hollywood doing something or other. But Hallucinate Dovens on YouTube says, now that's a haircut you can set your watch to.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I really like it.
Does it mean it's a standard one?
Maybe, yeah.
Nothing...
63 buzz cut, really.
So this was an American number one, and the royalties not only helped to severely hard up Gus Cannon, the original songwriter, he'd had to sell his banjo to pay his heating bill leading up to this, which would have delighted his neighbours, but it got Gus Cannon a new recording contract.
Did it?
So off the back of the Rooftop Singers having a US number one, they went, let's get the original guy, even though he was in his 80s, let's give him a new recording contract. And he lived to be either 96 or 105, depending on who you believe. Conflicting reports.
Should have asked him how old he was, shouldn't we? For the facts, straight from the horse's mouth.
I mean, if he's still alive now, he'd be 160 odd, so...
Robert T. Larkin popped up again to say, in 3,000 years and beyond, they'll be listening to this fabulous song and asking wonderment, how did they create this? I'm guessing just by playing it and singing it. It's a winner, there's no denying it.
Why does he think there's some mystery to how this song was recorded?
I don't know.
It's such a fun, jaunty little tune. It's such a great start to the top 10, I think. How does the song make you feel?
Makes me want to roll a joint and not go over 30 miles per hour in my car in case I lose my mind. It's weird, that is, isn't it? That notion, if it was over 30 miles per hour, have you ever heard such a thing?
I've heard that in the past they thought, no human being could go that fast because it would be dangerous. I mean, in a way it is if you drive into someone. Part of me thinks that might be an urban myth about people in the past. But then people in the past, the first time they showed a film of a train arriving at a station, everyone ran out of the room thinking a real train was coming, even though it was grainy and black and white.
That's right.
And maybe that's an urban myth as well. Maybe we just like to think about people in the past as if they're idiots.
Should we continue to do that for the rest of the duration of this podcast?
Number 9.
It's a non-mover at number 9. It's the Springfields with Island of Dreams. A trio, James, with one female singer and 2 acoustic instrumentalist, very much like the rooftop singers we've just seen.
We are establishing a pattern.
Yeah.
I wonder how long this will continue in this top 10.
Who was in the Springfields?
Well, the Springfields are Tom Springfield, real name Dionysus O'Brien.
Who wrote this song, I believe?
Yep. His sister Mary O'Brien,
Yeah.
who becomes better known as...
Dusty Springfield.
And new member Mike Hurst.
That's right, that's what I learned.
Who, incredibly, that's not his real name either. So I don't. He could have been Mike Springfield as well. He might as well have been. But he was born Michael Pickworth. The song was written by Tom, as you say, voted top British group by the readers of the NME in 1962. This is their first of 2 UK top 10 hits. The other also peaks at number 5, just like this one. So you'd think, 1962, the year before, leading up to this, they haven't had a top 10 hit yet, and yet the NME are like, these are our favourite band.
Yeah.
They would split up in October of 1963 after a final performance on Sunday night at the London Palladium, after which they were given a trophy by Bruce Forsyth, which is a great way to split up a band, isn't it? It's so much more fun than, litigation and recrimination. Just go and do a big gig on the telly, and then Bruce Forsyth, or, I don't know, these days, who would that be?
Wouldn't be David Williams.
Claudia Winkleman
Okay.
comes on, gives you a trophy, and says, well done for being a band.
Yeah.
But you're finished now. I mean, no one really knows what happens to any of the members of the Springfields. It's a bit of a mystery.
We know what happened to Dusty.
Yeah, I know, I was lying. Dusty goes on to have 11 top 10 hits, including a number 1. Tom goes on to work with the Seekers, and so we've spoken about him in previous episodes.
He wrote A World of Our Own,
Yeah.
I seem to remember. And he wrote I'll Never Find Another You. Who was that? Billy Fury, I think. And Georgie Girl.
With Jim Dale,
That's right.
nominated for an Oscar for that.
Yeah.
Mike Hurst, most recently added member of the Springfields, he goes on to be a record producer. Shall I do some of the songs and you can tell me the artists?
Yes, please. I like that game.
So he produced Matthew and Son,
Cat Stevens.
Blackberry Way,
The Move.
The First Cut is the Deepest.
Rod the Mod.
No.
The First Cut. Who sang that first? P.P. Arnold.
P.P. Arnold. The Mighty Quinn.
Written by Bob Dylan. And probably sang it first, but in this case it would be by Manfred Mann.
Yeah. Under the Moon of Love.
Not Shawaddy Waddy.
Yes, Shawaddy Waddy.
That's a cover as well. I can't remember who did it originally, but we like to chuck facts in.
Green Door.
Frankie Vaughan or
Yeah.
Shaky.
Shaky.
Okay.
Yeah. He also managed Shakin' Stevens for a little while.
he?
Yeah. And I'm Waking Up to Us.
Don't know who sang
Bell and Sebastian.
that. Really?
Yes, he was a record producer for a long time. He had a long old career.
There's loads of people actually on YouTube comment saying Cat Stevens says Island of Dreams by the Springfields is one of his favourite songs. JCXQ2EC on YouTube says Cat Stevens, in his induction speech to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, just acknowledged this song as one of his inspirations. So there's a lot of Cat Stevens littering about.
It's of that genre of the 60s folk mixed gender singing groups in a kind of pleasant, slightly whimsical subject matter way, bit sort of Peter, Paul and Mary-ish.
Yeah.
It's got that whole thing going on, and it's nice enough.
What would you say this song is about?
Well, it's about an island of dreams.
Yeah. It's essentially the Springfield saying they've got memories, isn't it? They wander the streets and the gay, crowded places trying to forget you, but somehow it seems that their thoughts ever stray to their last sweet embraces over the sea on the island of dreams.
Yeah, so the island of dreams is the past. Is that what we're...
Hey, that's a good
Rather
interpretation.
than,
yeah, why
rather
not?
than the Isle of Man or something.
Yeah.
Island of Nightmares, more like. High in the sky is a bird on a wing. That's a very 60s folk lyric, isn't it? A bird on the wing.
Yeah, it's lovely.
No one speaks about a bird being on the wing anymore, do they?
No.
Not even on Wing Wednesday.
I heard a lot of people on YouTube. Do you know where they heard these songs, bearing in mind the alliteration of...
Places beginning with B?
No, places beginning with C.
Okay.
Or C. No, K. That sounds...
A C or a K?
Yeah.
Like the kitchen?
No.
A charcuterie?
No. It was in Clacton, Kemptown and Kettering.
A clam bake?
Did you like this song this week? Fine,
It's
innit?
nice enough,
lovely,
isn't it?
Lovely. But on YouTube, did you watch video?
I can't remember.
Again, just a performance looking very much like the Rooftop Singers. You would think, here we go, 1963, two fellas and one woman doing whatever they're doing. But Carmen Veranda points out, it's a good name, isn't it? They say, few people have put the downvote on YouTube on this. Very rare. And Carmen Veranda says, What's with all the downvotes? What do you think of the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel? Would it have been better as a couple of coats of magnolia? That's a good reaction to people's misery.
Yeah, I like that whoever Carmen Veranda is saying Island of Dreams by the Springfields is of the same cultural and artistic heft as the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
All right, do you want to know what Lynn Matthews has to say?
No, I'm fine. Yeah, go ahead.
She says, I remember every word. My mother always used to say, if children were taught in song, they would never forget. That's a good point, isn't it? If you're taught lessons, you do remember them, don't you?
Yeah, which is the founding ethos of the TV show Sesame Street, by the way.
Go on.
I know, I'm sorry to bring it back to the Muppets every single time.
I'm right into it.
But Jim Henson
When do you think the Simpsons will be appearing?
Who knows?
And if the Simpsons and the Muppets are mentioned, I'm also contractually obliged to mention Paul McCartney, but I don't think I'll get a chance this week.
Jim Henson was like, if advertising jingles can teach my kids to want something that they've never heard of, then we can use the same things to teach them the alphabet.
Yeah, okay.
So that person is making a good point.
What did you learn through song?
I know how to count to 12 in the funkiest way possible. Thanks, Sesame Street.
Go on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I think that thing about this does sound like the kind of song a parent would sing a child.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's got that kind of... It almost like Puff the Magic Dragon type.
I wander the streets and the gay, crowded places. Hey, you can go to gay, crowded places. There's nothing wrong with that these days. Yeah. This is the last time, James, these two, number 10 and number 9, the last time we see any women in these charts. I think that's right, isn't it? So is that interesting? Women are only allowed if there's two fellas on acoustic instruments behind them.
It was an unwritten rule, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Well, we've done 60s charts before where it has been a complete sausage fest.
Yeah.
So well done, Lynn Taylor, and well done, Dusty Springfield, for breaking the glass ceiling.
James, every week we do songs, don't we? Some of which we know, some of which we don't. I've learned to love this song this week, and as 38DD Kelly says, very succinctly and philosophically on YouTube, never heard this before. I like it a lot.
Hey, it's Howie Mandel, and I am inviting you to witness history as me and my Howie Do It gaming team take on Gilly the King and Wallow 267's $1 million gaming in an epic global gaming league video game showdown. 4 rounds, multiple games, 1 winner, plus a halftime performance by multi-platinum artist Travie McCoy. Watch all the action and see who wins and advances to the championship match against Neo right now at globalgamingleague.com. That's globalgamingleague.com. Everybody games.
Number 8. Down 3 places to number 8. It's Loop de Loop by Frankie Vaughan.
This is a cover, isn't it?
That's correct.
It sounded like what it is, really, which is a silly little dance record, isn't it? And under the YouTube, when I was looking at Frankie Vaughan, trying to find one of his marvellous performances, I saw covers of it. Who by? Who did it? What by?
The original was by Johnny Thunder, born Leroy Hamilton, which was a US number 4. Thunder was also briefly a member of the Drifters, but then who wasn't? Written by Teddy Van, who claimed later that he would discover Luther Vandross, and Joe Dong.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, he would go on to marry Estelle from the Ronettes. This was a common thing in the 60s and 50s, wasn't it? Hit in America, a British artist would re-record it to release it in the UK, and that's what's happened here with Frankie Vaughan.
Yeah.
Or should we say Frank Abelson from Liverpool.
Okay. Is he from Liverpool, Frankie Vaughan?
He got his stage name from his Russian grandmother, who would call him her number Von grandson. And that's apparently where that comes from. I don't know if that's true, but it's nice, isn't it?
Really nice. Did you like this song this week? A lot of fun, isn't it?
I mean, it is. It's a silly, funny song. It's based on Looby Loo, the old children's song, isn't it?
Here we go, Lou. It's a little coda. Here we go, Lou de la. Here we go, Lou de Lou. Oh. When's he going looping de looping?
Well, let me check my diary. Oh, on a Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Loop-de-loop, loop-de-loop. Did you notice at the beginning what the first thing in the song is?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
And you go, oh, did Ballroom Blitz nick that? This reminded me of the beginning of Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah, if only Frankie had known the names of his band, he could have asked them if they were ready to.
Do you think he was going to, and then he's like, oh, I've been introduced to these people. I've completely forgotten what their names are.
He had to go, and on bass is my mate, and on drums is my pal. Oh, go on, pal. Yeah, I mean, it's just a winner to me this week. My dad used to sing this to me, and this was a lovely memory. He used to sing this when I was a young boy, so to be reminded of that this week, which I'd sort of forgotten all about. Lovely.
Oh, that's sweet, Andy.
Yeah.
So this is his 10th of 11 UK top 10 hits that started back in 1956. So we're coming to the end of Frankie Vaughan's hit-making reign.
Now, I grew up a bit in the 70s, James. I seem to remember Frankie Vaughan on television quite a bit late 70s, early 80s, so he's still going 20 years later, I'm going to call it. He's a great performer, Frankie Vaughan. I think got loads of panache and style and character and conviction and all those things in his voice. This is one of them.
Yeah, because he's singing,
Nonsense,
gibberish,
yeah.
and yet he's giving it everything.
And he also, like they did in 1963, because they're old-fashioned, he divides it up between the boys and the girls. Doesn't need to sing a verse. Now, Frankie, get with it, man. We don't define ourselves that way. Hey, my chance to mention Paul McCartney. He does that at the end of Hey Jude. Every time he sings it live, the boys and the girls. Did Frankie Vaughan inspire the Beatles?
Yes, let's say yes. So I had to think about other pop hits that are sort of based on children's songs, children's stories, that kind of thing.
Great idea.
Can you think of any others? I've made a little list.
What's the thing about
they're
pop
based
songs
on
based on children's stories?
stuff.
Like
Yeah.
Puff the Magic Dragon?
Yeah,
that
Puff the
kind of
Magic
thing.
Dragon, that would be one. Peter, Paul and Mary, oops.
From the 60s.
Although that was an original song, wasn't it? That song didn't exist before they sang it.
I don't believe so. I mean, you could say any song doesn't exist before someone sang it first, so yeah, right.
But then they're not based on an existing children's song or...
Should we have a pointless argument about semantics?
Let's fucking go, mate.
That's a good question. Go on.
Well, shall I give you some...
Please do. I feel I
artists
should know
and
more.
years?
Go on.
Well, Wings in 1972.
Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Do you know why Paul McCartney released that? Apparently, he'd done a record called Give Ireland Back to the Irish, which again was banned by the BBC. We've already covered their trigger-happy ways with censorship. So as a sort of a Mickey take, he did a version of that after that was banned, apparently.
Of course, he's a vegetarian, so...
Yeah.
Mary might have had a little lamb, but Paul wouldn't have. Clean Bandit in 2016.
Right, something about Rockabye Baby or
Rockabye,
something.
yeah.
All right, that's good, yeah.
The Toy Dolls in 1984.
Nelly the Elephant packed the trunk and said goodbye to the circus.
The band who had the biggest hit with it were Ugly Kid Joe in 1993.
What with Nelly the Elephant?
No Cats in the Cradle.
Cats in the Cradle and... Oh, yeah, rubbish song that is.
Wow. Green Jelly in 1993.
No, go on.
The Three Little Pigs.
Okay.
Do you remember that song?
No,
Sort of
no.
weird metal version of The Three Little Pigs. And then I was also thinking about The Land of Make Believe by Bucks Fizz.
Bucks Fizz, which is a searing indictment of Thatcher's Britain, actually, I think, or something like that. So, unless children want to play Maggie, 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 out, out, out...
And more recently, 2018, Pink Fong. Do you remember Pink Fong?
No.
They had a massive hit in 2018. It got to number 6 in the charts, but it was everywhere.
Go on.
Baby Shark.
Of
Do,
course.
do. So there's a long tradition of sort of kids' songs showing up in the top 10.
Yeah.
And other songs that have sort of a slightly sort of playgroundy vibe to them. Sort of that kind of...
We've mentioned them in the past, haven't we?
Yeah.
That playground taunt. Well, this is good stuff, James. I also set a quiz on
Okay.
our social media about what, apart from the loop-de-loop, what other suggestions do pop stars think Frankie Vaughan could have suggested, yeah? I offered 1 million pop.
Hang on, what? Say that question again.
I set a quiz, James, saying to other pop stars on our social media, on our Instagram and Facebook accounts, I said to other pop stars, what other suggestions are you going to give Frankie Vaughan for dancing?
Okay, yeah.
1 million pop points I offered. The Bay City Rollers were trolling us to say Frank could sing Shillang Shillang. Jessie, Ariana and Nikki are being a trio of thickies to guess it could be Bang Bang. The lads from Hanson are charging a ransom to offer Frankie Vaughan to say Mbop, while Journey are returning to say they believe and Frankie should just say don't stop. Little Richard Penniman got in touch again to offer Frank Tutti Frutti, while the Kaiser Chiefs' firm belief is Frank should shout Ruby, 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 Ruby. John from the Beatles really believes Goo Goo Gajooby's Frank's way because Loop de Loop sounds atrocious. And there's just no stopping Mary Poppins, who was of the firm belief Frankie Vaughan should always sing about being supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. All good suggestions. I've had to offer 8 million pop points out to all of them this week.
We're going to run out at this rate of pop points. And then where will we be? So loop-de-loop is a dance.
You would imagine.
How'd you do that then?
A little bit like when I once DJ'd and played Airport by whoever sang that. Do you remember?
Airport?
That's the one.
Yeah.
And loads of drunk people with just dancing around the room with their arms outstretched, pretending to be a plane.
So you think doing the loop-de-loop is pretending to be a plane?
Yeah.
I would have thought, right, you're going to have to describe what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Right, it doesn't work on the podcast.
Okay.
I thought the
James
loop-de-loop
is-
would be something like...
James is unzipping his zip and he's... James, stop.
You know very well that's not what I'm doing.
Go on. James at the moment is doing a clockwise.
I can't do it. But, sort of swinging your arms around
Yeah.
in a loop-de-loop.
It's
What,
moments like this I'm glad we have both decided not to do video podcasting.
No one wants to see an old man flailing around. So basically, doing the loop-de-loop, it looks completely the same as an old man having a stroke.
Yeah.
Number 7.
Down 3 to number 7. It was a former number 1. It's Diamonds by Jet Harris and Tony Meehan. The instrumental I was referring to in our intro, James.
So Jet Harris had been the bass player in the Shadows.
That's right.
And Tony Meehan had been the drummer in the Shadows.
That's right.
Before they both left.
Drum and bass record?
Is this the first drum and bass record?
Must be, hadn't it?
So pioneering in many ways, vibe, hasn't it?
Very much.
It's got that kind of spaghetti western feel to it.
It's got a lovely brass arrangement on it, so it went a bit mariachi, I'm going to say as well.
Yeah, you can imagine, Clint Eastwood as the man with no name in his poncho, walking up the main street of Deadwood on his way to a gunfight to this song.
Yeah.
Which was a huge genre. I mean, it wasn't called that back in the 60s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This was a number 1. It was a number 1 hit.
It's an arresting instrumental, isn't it? That's for sure.
The first of 3 top 4 hits that they had in 1963.
Oh, yeah.
Harris and Meehan. Who else is on guitar on this?
Is it Big Jim Sullivan?
No.
No? I
No.
learned on YouTube he appeared on this record. We've mentioned
okay.
Big Jim Sullivan many. It's YouTube comments in it, so I might be wrong, James.
Well, I might be wrong then. I've got another Jim.
Is it Jimmy Page?
Jimmy Page is on this
Okay.
record, as is John Paul Jones.
That's right.
So we got half a Led Zeppelin. Song written by Jerry Lorden, who had also written Apache
Oh, yeah.
for the Shadows, which is sort of a type, isn't it?
Yeah, very much.
Tony Meehan, nicknamed The Baron.
Oh, yeah.
What do you know of him?
I know from learning on YouTube comments he was a former army drummer. I learned that when he went solo, Tony Meehan, he hired John McLaughlin, the renowned jazz guitarist, so he gave him his big break, if you like. I learned also from Pop Rumour that Jet Harris's wife may or may not have been knobbed by Cliff Richard.
Do you have to,
I
they
think
may have
it's,
had a dalliance.
it's interesting, isn't it?
Knobbed her.
I think it's 1963. We use an old language. Cliff Richard, famously asexual, yeah? And then you'd feel a bit like, why my wife, Cliff, are you going to do this? So,
She was the one who turned him off.
Anyway,
If anything, she was doing everyone a favour.
I don't know if that's a fact or not. Kevin Wilson on YouTube says, when I was 14, I was in a band with Jet Harris and he asked me to show him how to play Diamonds because he couldn't remember it at all. What do you make of that?
Wow. It doesn't say when. When was that?
I don't know. After this, you would imagine.
Jet Harris, of course, real name Terry Harris. Why was he called Jet?
Because he liked to give out peanuts.
Like an aeroplane.
Yeah.
No, it's because he was a childhood sprinter.
Okay.
He didn't have a great time of it after this song.
No, so I hear.
In the NME poll that I talked about earlier in 1962, he was voted top instrumentalist, but he had a car crash in September of 1963, which sort of brought about the end of the Harris-Meehan duo.
Yeah.
And he'd go on to be a bricklayer, a bus conductor, and a cockle seller.
Wow.
He had problems with alcoholism. He got sober in the 80s and then started performing again. So maybe that's where...
That's me applauding Jet Harris.
So maybe that's where that...
Kevin
commenter-
Wilson's comment, yeah.
maybe it was after that.
But why is he hiring 14-year-olds to play with Jet Harris?
So much cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get them to play on your record and then they can go up the chimney. Tony Meehan, real name Daniel, because no one in the Shadows used their real name.
That's right. What's your famous fact about the Shadows we like to mention?
At one point, 75% of the Shadows were called Brian.
That's right.
Maybe I've got this wrong, but didn't he produce the Beatles?
Who?
Tony Meehan.
What?
Didn't he do the Decca demo?
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the thing I read about
Right,
him.
I don't know. Go on, I'm into this.
So when they went to do the demo for Decca,
That's right, famously turned down before EMI and Parlophone, yes.
Tony Meehan was the producer of the demo.
Okay.
The plan was, if they signed for Decca, that Tony Meehan would be their producer. But apparently he made derogatory comments to Brian Epstein. So obviously that never happened.
Yeah.
Much, much later in the 90s, he completely retrained as a psychologist.
Okay.
So is this the best song ever by a psychologist and a bricklayer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be, hasn't it? Email us in shoobypodcast@gmail.com if you know better songs by a psychologist and a bricklayer. A lot of people on YouTube were saying this reminds me of the Newcastle Diamond Speedway. Loads of people said that, James. That must have been going on.
They must have played it at the Speedway.
You worked it out, Sherlock.
Speedway was such a weird sport, isn't it? It's all to do with motorbikes and what are they doing? But there's a scoring system. But it was massive. I remember in the 80s when I was growing up, it was always on Midlands Today.
That's
the
right.
results of the Speedway. It was always in the back of the Evening Mail, the Speedway results. And I'd be like, what is this? What is this wizardry?
All right, and James Wilson's got another place he heard this record. I can tell you how this can sound even more thrilling when you're 12 on a fairground
All
ride.
right, next time I'm 12, I'm going to do this. Right.
Right, then you've got to go on a fairground ride.
Yeah.
And the distorted mega sound and the onion hot dog perfume fill your head like there's no tomorrow.
I'm quite interested in onion hot dog perfume.
Isn't it?
Yeah, my wife's got a birthday coming up, so...
Steve from Leicester, he's got a great...
Is that his name?
He's got great
Oh,
comments.
that's brilliant. I love that that's his username. It's like he's ringing to Radio 2 or something. Brilliant.
He says, music from my early teens will never be beaten. Simon Cowell can go and play with himself.
I mean, those are two different thoughts, aren't they? Two mutually exclusive things there.
Very much.
He absolutely can. And good luck to him.
Simon, you are allowed to go and play with yourself if you want.
You've got the green light, mate. You're good to go.
No, James, we always struggle, don't we? When we're in the instrumental, we can't talk about the lyrical impulse, can we, so much? So shall we have some other quotes from pop stars about diamonds?
Go
And
on,
you have
then.
to guess who said it.
Yeah, go on.
I know you love this game. What we call in this game, James, I do it nearly every week.
Andy's impossible quiz.
They're not impossible because you can work them out from
From when you tell me who they are.
all about diamonds, James, yeah? Which pop star said, I'm a dirt person, I trust the dirt, I don't trust diamonds and gold?
A dirt person.
Yeah.
So that sounds like something maybe like a heavy metal singer would say. A dirt person. Or someone who's a bit grubby.
Yeah.
Or someone like Lemmy or something like that.
If Eartha Kitt was ever in Motorhead, then maybe.
Was Eartha Kitt in Motorhead? Can we check that? Let's start that rumour.
Let's do it.
Eartha Kitt was once in Motorhead.
Who said diamonds never leave you, men do? And this singer would have backed this up in one of her big hits, so you can work it out. It's a
Is
great
it
clue.
Rihanna?
No.
She had a song called Diamonds.
That's
We talked about
right.
it before.
We've also talked about this song before as a Bond theme, so I'm giving you loads of clues.
Shirley Bassey.
Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm going to say 200,000 pop points because there were a lot of clues in that. Which pop star said, as human beings, we're very materialistic and have all this stuff, furs and cars and diamonds and money?
So is that someone bemoaning that we're materialistic?
I can't work out these
Or
days.
someone who's celebrating it?
Do you know, take a good look at his face. You can see the smile seems out of place.
Smokey Robinson?
Yeah. Who said, I think it's fun to look at people with big diamonds. I see them in my audience all the time with the fur coat, a woman whose hand is always out front, or the two fingers are on the cheek to show her diamond. I don't have anything against that.
So it's someone who's got a lot of posh, rich fans who sits them at the front. So I don't think it's Billy Joel, who famously leaves the front row clear at his gigs and moves people up for the back row.
That's right.
So who do posh people like to listen to? Is it an opera singer?
No, I can give you a clue if you like.
Yeah.
She was formerly a member of Motorhead.
Oh, Eartha Kitt. The Eartha Kitt quiz.
Number 6.
Up 8 to number 6. It's Like I've Never Been Gone by Billy Fury.
That's right, William Furious.
Ronald Wycherley from Liverpool.
Yeah.
His 7th of 11 UK top 10 hits. We've spoken about Billy Fury before, haven't we, on the
have.
pods?
What did we say about him, James? And a quick recap before we delve into something no doubt new.
There's a statue of him in Liverpool.
That's right.
He had loads of hits
He
in the
was-
early 60s.
one of the first British rock and rollers with his self-penned The Sound of Fury album, which Joe Brown appears on, I think. We learned that, I remember.
But also, like a lot of records that we've talked about and we've mentioned before, this is a cover version of a hit in America that was re-recorded by a British artist for release in Britain.
Okay. We also remember he was in Ringo Starr's class. Will that be the last time we mention one of the Beatles? Also, James, most importantly, it's the first song this week with the key changing.
So it's a cover version, original by US country singer Chase Webster, whose real name is Gary Bruce. I mean, it's the kind of song I can imagine Elvis Presley wishing he'd got his hands on.
Your words?
Not my words, the words of Disc Magazine. Written by Paul Hampton and Camille Monty. I got a little bit obsessed with Paul Hampton for reasons.
Go on.
So, Paul Hampton was also an actor. He appeared in the classic films Women of the Prehistoric Planet, IMDb rating 2.6, and Private Duty Nurses, IMDb rating 4.5.
Hello.
He would go on to write the lyrics to the theme tune to the legendary bad sitcom My Mother the Car. Are you aware of My Mother the Car?
Only really vaguely. Go on, tell me all about it.
It's sort of renowned as being one of the worst TV shows ever made. It was a 1960s American sitcom. The premise being that a guy's mom dies, and yet she is reincarnated as the car that he drives. So she can talk to him through the car radio, but only he can hear her.
Okay.
And that's the premise for the entire series.
Okay.
It is.
Knight Rider, could say it's a precursor to that.
Yeah, I think Knight Rider's got a bit more going on, to be honest.
Imagine David Hasselhoff being shouted at by his mom.
Yeah. David, you're driving too fast, David. The star of My Mother the Car, of course, was Jerry Van Dyke, Dick Van Dyke's brother.
Okay.
So I got very excited, and that just gave me an excuse to read up about My Mother the Car, and then I was like, that's a different podcast.
What did you learn good that you... If you were on another podcast, what would you talk about from My Mother the Car?
I'll tell you what My Mother the Car did inspire. It inspired a sequence in an episode of The Simpsons where Grandpa Simpson
done.
is reincarnated as a love machine in Moe's bar and can talk to him.
Did you like this song? I mean, I'm a big fan of Billy Fury and this era of his recorded output. Don't give your love to someone while I'm away.
I mean, you shouldn't have to say that. It should be, as read.
I want you to think about me each night and day.
I mean, that's a bit controlling and weird. I mean, how are you going to police that? You're going to ring it? Are you thinking about me right now? Well, I am now because you're on the phone.
And when I come on home after being gone so long. Hey, thinking about it, James. What chord change is that? That after he's going, after being gone so long.
Is that the Betty chord?
No, it's walk right in. Step right out. Not the last time you hear that chord change, if I remember. And anyway, then he's going, I want it to be like I've never been gone. So Billy is demanding that his loved one plays mind games.
Just stay in complete stasis. Cover everything in plastic sheeting and don't touch anything while I'm away. We don't know where he's going. We don't know how long for. I mean, is he going away for the weekend? In which case, all right. Is he going away for years? Is he off to work on the rigs? It's after National Service, but there were a lot of songs that were about when I'm away, and it was all about people having to go on National Service and stuff.
Listen to what Billy says in the bridge. I don't ask much of you. Do what you want to do.
No.
But don't make me a fool for loving you. Then key change.
Don't you make me a fool?
Key change. What?
Don't you make me a fool? It's a bit much. I mean, you could just marry them.
How old-fashioned. It's got a touch of the Save the Last Dance from me element to it, I think, although more controlling Billy Fury.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think this relationship's going to last. I think there's a complete lack of trust there.
Good Time 212 does a bit of trolling. He was good at the time with plenty of coke up his nose.
Wow.
His drummer was in jail with me.
Allegedly.
His drummer was in jail with me in 1971 with 6 years to do. His crime, he had been out trying to score for Billy. Otherwise, that gig in Great Yarmouth would be off. What do you make of that? From Good Time 212.
I mean, I've gigged in Great Yarmouth, and to be honest, I'm very, very clean living. But if there was ever a gig that nearly drove me to drugs, it would have been that one. So maybe that's where he's going in the song. He's got to go away. He's got to wait for 6 years to prison. Don't give your love away. Well, maybe don't do so much cocaine and you wouldn't have gone to jail.
On more wholesome YouTube comments, Ian Sampson 1418 says, when I hear this song, it always reminds me of Wendy Hudson, who turned the heads of us Cornland Road lads in the mid-60s. So Wendy Hudson, if you're out and about, you had quite an impact on Ian Sampson and his bunch of degenerate mates.
Yeah, feel free to email us in a photo.
You can't do that anymore.
What?
Apart from that one clothes shop I heard. What's that weird clothes shop where it's all dark? What they're called, you know. Have you seen them? There's one by the boring Hollister. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, they've got around their employment policy because there's loads of really pretty young people in them shops. Have you ever gone in and looked?
No.
It's weird, right? And I was thinking, why is everyone really beautiful in here? And apparently, they advertise as models and not as shops so they can ask for photographs of people. What do you make of that?
Yeah, well, it's not the kind of shop I go in. They don't do that in TK Maxx. That's all I know.
It's got a lovely tinkling piano on this record. So there's that as well. Beautiful. I love this song, James. Do you not like it?
I mean, it's fine. Personally, I don't think it kind of stands out enough. Don't look at me like that. Don't ask me for my opinion and then give me daggers when I am trying to be honest. You're as controlling as the bloke in the song, you are.
I want you to say, I'm going to go away for a bit, right? And when I come back, I want you to say exactly where you are and change your attitude to Billy Fury.
Do you know who produced this record?
I don't. Go
Mike
on.
Smith.
Huh?
Mike Smith? Do you know Mike Smith?
Only not the DJ.
No.
Who?
He's the man who turned down the Beatles
Okay.
in favour of the Tremolos.
Really?
But he would go on to produce #1 singles anyway. Silence is Golden,
We've done that. The beautiful Tremolos record.
The Ballad of Bonnie and Clyde.
Georgie Fame from the film, whatever, Bonnie and Clyde, I would imagine.
It's not from the film,
Is
no.
it not?
It predates the film,
Ah,
I'm pretty
that's
sure.
right. My
Everlasting
apologies.
Love.
Oh, he sang that Love Affair, was it?
Yeah. Oblidi Oblada.
Not by the Beatles.
No.
He wasn't producing Decca either. That would be Marmalade.
Marmalade, yeah. So it's interesting, the guy who said we're getting the Tremolos instead of the Beatles ends up producing a version of a Beatles song that gets to #1 for someone else.
Life is strange. A lot of people in YouTube comment saying that Billy Few is better than Elvis and Cliff. What do you make of that?
Wow. Well, you know, people are entitled to their opinions,
They really
Andy. So that's the first half of this top 10, numbers 10 through 6 from the 10th of March 1963.
A satisfying numbers 10 to 6, I'm going to say, James. I'm particularly excited about numbers 5 to 1, though.
Yes, we have more songs coming up, including hits by Cliff Richard, The Beatles, Bobby V, and a surprising #1.
That's right, it's surprising. Can't wait. What would that sound like? Revealed kinks to me that I never realised I had.
Are you into men in shorts on motorbikes?
Seemingly, there's a bloke in blue trunks giving it his all, who is eye-catching.
Giving it his all? In what way?
Shaking it, baby. The windshield of the van blew in or something.
Oh, yeah.
So
I've
all,
heard the story, yeah.
they, all the Beatles had to lie on top of each other to keep each other warm.
It's a bit of fan fiction for everyone there.
Absolutely.
Remember, you can listen to all of the songs featured in this week's episodes by going to the description and clicking on the links. There's a YouTube playlist. There is a Spotify playlist as well.
Always like to give you a nudge towards his playlist because, you know, that's what it's all about, the music, man, yeah?
We're all about the music, and if you're enjoying the podcast and you've been listening to it and you're into it, please do tell other people about it. The best way you can do that from our point of view is by leaving reviews on your podcast provider. Those things really, really help us, guys.
We could really do with a review, thank you.
I mean, if they're positive.
Now who's being controlling?
Oh, all right, sorry. I take it back. Slag us off on the internet because sometimes people hate listen to things. So that's a market we could go
Let's
for.
not do that right now.
No. So thanks very much for listening, and until next time, Shooby Dooby Doo.
Bop, bop, shoe up.
I'm caught up in the game. My attention is on every play and every whistle. But what I'm missing is a signal coming from my kidneys. That signal isn't like a ref's whistle. It's more of a silent SOS, which could be warning me of an increased risk for events like heart attack or stroke. And a way I can catch that signal? A simple urine test called UACR. If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, talk to your doctor about the UACR test. Detect the SOS. Visit detectthesos.com to learn more.
What does it mean to live a rich life? It means brave first leaps, tearful goodbyes, and everything in between. With over 100 years' experience navigating the ups and downs of the market and of life, your Edward Jones financial advisor will be there to help you move ahead with confidence. Because with all you've done to find your rich, we'll do all we can to help you keep enjoying it. Edward Jones, member SIPC.